Hi, I'm Anna Carlin. I'm 22. I previously studied in St. Columba's College in Stranorlar and did my Leaving Cert 2016 and came into LYIT in 2016 and graduated from there with a BSc Honours in Computing degree in 2019. The main thing that attracted me to the BSc in Computing course was the opportunities of having a computing degree as your foundation degree. The flexibility and the ability to change your mind if, say, you don't like to write lines of code or you don't like security or you don't like networking. There's so many other opportunities within the area itself. I wasn't 100% sure of what I wanted to do as well before I applied to the course, and I think that it's probably better suited to people like me who are not 100% sure that they want to be a nurse or a guard, and they come in. It's a great degree to have, to come from any other background. You can come into computing. I've actually noticed a lot of people from my work now at the minute have come from different backgrounds into computing, and they've come through an assured skills program. So if it's something that you're not sure about at the start, computing is definitely a foundation degree worth having, I would say. Okay, what I liked most about the program was the ability to just have a chat with your lecturer. The learning on a very personal level, I think I definitely took for granted. Just having another grad on with me who's come from a big uni, I think it's Queen's, and he never had that interaction that I would have got when I studied. If I wasn't happy with something on the course, I could just speak up and say, listen, could you maybe change something here or here? And they'd listen, absolutely no problem. The involvement with the students on every level as well. I think LYIT, especially the Department of Computing, likes to bring in schools and have loads of events, and what I would suggest as well as a student is get involved in them and get involved in the UCO competitions, because it makes your personal skills or personable skills way more wide when it comes to the working world, especially dealing with business people and people of higher and lower abilities in computing. Okay, what I think makes LYIT different is the ability, again, to have a conversation with your lecturer, as casual as it is. You're able to bond with your peers more because it's a smaller group. You're able to bounce ideas off one another. There are no silly questions. Well, there are silly questions, but everybody's got them. And I think also you have to understand that you're not always going to be the smartest person in the room, or you're not going to be the one that wants to write all the lines of code in the world. And I think it's accepting that. LYIT accepts, all kinds of abilities, whatever you want to do in the course, whatever you want to do within your class, your modules and stuff. I think it's just, the opportunities are there from LYIT. Okay, since I've graduated, I got a job as a graduate software engineer in September in a place called Aflac NI. They've only come to Ireland actually in 2018, so they're quite new and not many people know what they're about, so I won't really get into it. So I've come in as a software engineer. I'm also doing my part-time master's in data analytics, and the company's supporting it, which is nice. Again, I'll go back to the ability to change your mind. I don't want to be a software developer forever. I got into data analytics in my last year. I think it was just one module, and I just fell in love with it, and it made me really want to pursue that. But obviously coming in as a software engineer was the best bet, and the company, and I think it says a lot for the company, and probably most companies would say the same, where as long as you're in the door, show your interest in something, and they'll help you along the way to get there. I actually just today asked my MD, who's on a call with me, about the available dev positions, not just within Aflac but within the States, and he came up with a statistic that it was 256,000 job opportunities for developers, alone. And I think in the States, and I just think that that's crazy because I never thought there was that kind of demand for it. What I would suggest is to find what you're good at, get in there and just have a go and go for it. Like, you're always going to get those people that just come in to code, but it's not just about, you know, your ability to code or your mathematic ability. It's about, can you communicate with the business? Are you able to take, you know, a tech problem and interpret it and, you know, reproduce it as to a business person, somebody who might not have that, you know, tech mind. The computers as well are universal. You know, do you like to travel? Because you can take it with you. You can work from anywhere now, of course. Like with COVID, everybody is working from home anyway. And you also have so many opportunities to pursue your own projects. I think once you have the experience, having the foundation degree, and then once you have the experience, say you don't like to network and you want to start up your own web application, go for it. Because, you know, there's no rules in computing, I don't think. There's nobody telling you, there's nobody over your shoulder saying, no, please don't do this. Like, you can do what you want, take your degree and go and find what you love with it. Yes, student life at LYIT was amazing. I loved it. It was probably a bit challenging at the start, being, you know, one of very few girls on my course. But that does actually push you out of your comfort zone at the same time, and you get to know people that you probably wouldn't have ever thought of getting to know, you know, in secondary school, which was nice. I moved out of home in my second year, which was probably the best decision because I got, you know, a bit of independence, a bit of freedom. I was so young. And I would advise that you just put yourself out there for everything. Like, if there's any volunteering events, go for it, because that's how you get to make those connections, you know, with people outside your course, people that you would never come across on a day-to-day basis. I would say go for it. The biggest piece of advice I got, and I still get up to today, is be confident in knowing what you don't know, and just don't be afraid to mess up. Like, you know, have fun with it. Like, try everything. If you don't like, you know, coding, just try security, or don't let one module put you off either, because there's been plenty that I have really struggled with and said, I'm not doing this anymore. But no, I'm so glad that I stuck to it. And I think there is a point where when you reach over that line, probably 2 to 3 years, and you're just like, I love this, I love the people around me, I love the culture that comes with LYIT as well, you know, I'd say just go for it.